Cap. My name is Audrey Alison. Thank you for joining me for your April 2017 forecast for the month. It is a month of retrogrades. Let's get into it. I'll have some news while I'm shuffling before the tarot portion, so stay tuned for that. On the 2nd of April, we'll start with Venus retrograding even deeper into Pisces. She's been retrograde since March 4th. And this will be in the 3rd house through the 15th of April, direct at 26 degrees of Pisces on that day. So when Venus is retrograding in this 3rd house area, it's not as a Mercury retrograde, but it's still going to affect some of the communication. And it just might mean that you're not as receptive to hearing something delivered to you, or messages, or maybe the style of your communication style is going under review, and you need a softer, smoother tone or approach throughout that time period. Gosh, tons of personal planets are retrograde. Jupiter will be retrograde is when we start the month in Libra, and then on the 6th, Saturn is retrograding at 27 degrees of Sagittarius in your 12th house through August 25th. And when Saturn, your ruling planet, the planet of lessons, restriction, limitation, when this planet is in review in the 12th house, I feel like you're not in tune psychically as much as you should be. This could affect the intuitive process, and maybe you're not remembering or recalling any of the dreams. It could put a stifle to dream recall. And that's unfortunate because we need rest and sleep and information in the subconscious sleep to kind of guide us at times. But it doesn't mean it's not happening. It just means you're not as able to remember it, the 12th house of memory. And that's a pretty long retrograde through August 25th. It could also be some extra restrictive energy when it comes to rest, and maybe you're not getting what you're supposed to. There's never enough time for the rest, or it's insufficient, and sleeplessness, what is that called? Insomnia could apply in that time period. I hope not, but it's one of the facets. The dreams could be hindered too. On the 9th of April, Mercury retrogrades through May 3rd, and Mercury will retrograde at 4 degrees of Taurus. This is a trine to any placements you have in Capricorn. Please watch your sun, your ascendant, and your moon for the forecast so you can get a full scope. But Mercury retrograding in the 5th house through the 3rd of May, direct at 24 degrees of Aries, going way back into the 4th house. This is about a romantic review. You could hear from a romance from the past coming in that time period. You could easily receive a message from someone that you dated, 5th house, lighthearted dating. This could be communications from the child, maybe a child of your past, or a child that doesn't live with you. Mercury in the 5th retrograde could be not the most fertile of times. For those of you trying in the 5th house of fertility, could see some things not communicated right, or the agreeing. You're not agreeing is what I'm getting. You're not agreeing on whether or not to have children, some of you. And this isn't the time to have the discussion. Hold off on the discussions of having babies or not until May 4th at least. On the 11th, we have our full moon at 21 degrees of Libra. This is in the 10th house of career, conjunct Jupiter retrograde. So putting an end to something in the 10th house could be a title change, a name change. It could also be retirement for those of you who that applies. And congrats. You naturally govern the 10th house on the solar wheel, so it feels good to have completion in this area for Capricorn. It just depends on how it affects each and every one of you. I really don't like, one definition of this could see for those fathers who are older, for those of you who have dads, your father, the 10th house of the paternal figure. It could see them transition at this time if they're already, ailing. This is about release. Full moons making it easy to transit, to release, to end the experience. So my heart goes out to anyone dealing with that. I personally know what that's like. Again, it would be older, ailing energy that's just waiting on the right date to transition. On the 19th, the sun moves into Taurus, conjunct the Mercury retrograde, and this is about romance, and this is about children, creative endeavors. Lighthearted fun is the 5th house. Capricorn, I like this for you because anything lighthearted can help Cappy with Pluto with you. And that's just the luck of the draw that he's been stationed there for so long. He'll be retrograding as well, and that's on the 20th. And that's at 19 degrees of Capricorn in the 1st house through September 28th. More intensity in the 1st house. It is what it is. It can work for you when any of the earth signs are affected, like Taurus. Pluto with you actually does some good because it will trine harmoniously the earth placements. And this could see elevation in creative endeavors, what you're taking a risk at achieving, entrepreneurial businesses, anything from performing to just creating, designing. This could be an elevating type of experience by the end of the month. On the 21st, Mars moves into Gemini, so action in the 6th house of health through June 4th. I love this for Capricorn. For those of you who work in the health field, who are Eastern and Western practitioners. And even if you don't work in that field, you're wanting to get doctor's appointments handled, I would wait till May 4th through June 4th. Perfect time from anything from dentist to chiropractic work, your normal annual checkups. And Mars will see energy for the pets in your life, for the little animal babies we have. You could see some new additions of pets come into the home in that time. It's best to rescue those babies and not, have them bred or paid for them. Save the ones who are, in jail waiting to get out of death row. I get so emotional. Save our pets. On the 26th, there's a new moon at 6 degrees of Taurus, again, conjunct the Mercury retrograde, conjunct the sun. Wherever the new moon is, the sun will be. That's just where they follow. And on full moons, they're in opposite sectors. But the new moon could see a new pregnancy in the 5th house. So Capricorn, if that's not something you're into, take precaution. A new moon in the 5th could see a new romantic attraction, a new highlight to your physicality, to who you're dating. So if you're looking for something new, the 26th is the day to get out. 2.5 days before or after would be great. But this initiates a 28-day lunar cycle, so you're good. You're good for the month, effective the 26th. On the 28th, again, Venus transits into Aries, 4th house of home, or the connection with your mother. New environments through June 6th for Capricorn. Maybe new decorating. That could be what it is. Venus in the 4th is new aesthetics, new colors, new textures, new artwork, new design, fabrics, all of that, new sheets, luxury, wanting your body to feel good. And you might be dressing all of that up in spring, going through some spring cleaning. And then Venus is there to decorate. Okay, so I'm all shuffled. I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot deck. I wanted to tell you in the link below where it says Seeking Bliss Online. That is a link that takes you to a description and the registration portion of my new tarot course. It's an online e-course that I wrote and published, and it's effective immediately. It's now open for registration, and I'm enrolling students endlessly, so there's no closing date. You can enroll at any time. So click the link below in the description section, and you can check it out for yourself. I'm very excited about this. It was a while in the making, and now it's completely manifested, and I published it on March 20th, hopefully giving it the 9-year longevity that it needs. So if you're interested, feel free to check that out. And as well, if you'd like to book with me, you can do that at audreyalison.com. Okay, Cappy, here are your cards for April. Victory, 6 of Wands. It's a card of action, ruled by fire. It's a Mars card, Sun in Aries. This is about success and victory, and you finally did it. You got that wreath. I got this in another reading. I think it was Aquarius. You got it. You made that ring. Maybe you had a few attempts at this victory, but victory is yours nonetheless. Pluto with you. And some of you have lost a father figure. I'm feeling transition. I mentioned that earlier, and that's what this card is. Change. But it could also be that the change is this victory. The change is that you finally got what you set out to accomplish. And maybe it was 6 times a charm. Yeah, you put in a lot of hard work. This is a lot of effort. The earnings did not come without a lot of sweat, blood, and tears. I'm hearing that. It's pretty intense. Sweat, blood, and tears. Okay. So maybe there's a lot of physicality to some of these jobs. Hierophant. This is the Taurus. This is actually all that energy in Taurus. The Sun, Mercury retrograde. And this is about study, though. Learning. Who's guiding you? Who's your guru? Are you going through some metaphysical learning? Is there a spiritual teacher in your life? Lessons learned with Saturn retrograde in the 12th house of spirituality. Maybe Cappy is getting spiritual on us. And, you know, with all of these retrogrades and with Pluto in your sign in retrograde, it always helps to go in. Go deep. Go get spiritual, because that can take you out of the material. That takes you out of what you lack. You can't lack your connection to spirit. You either have it and practice it, or you don't. So you can increase it. You can read about what comforts you, meditate, yoga, body work. What calms the body calms the mind is also a message I'm getting. And you have that 6th house of health impacted with Mars and Gemini. I think that Capricorn, you have success on your side as the first card. You went through some changes. You released some energy with Pluto. You did a lot of hard work, and now you are spiritually downloading. It might be a time in the retrogrades to listen. But hold this in your mind as your achievement. No one can take your success away from you, only you. Wow, that's a message. Okay, thank you. I'm glad that you stopped in. I'm wishing you a beautiful April, Cap. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.